Rob Birkeland's my name. I'm from Cross Lake. Steve, I thought that was excellent. I'd never heard anybody track their average sale price on their referral before compared to what their business is. I think that's probably the biggest pearl I've had so far this morning. So thanks for sharing that. I live in Cross Lake, which is about 3 hours north of where Steve lives. And small boutique office. Bruce Larson, who was a Star Power member, is my business partner. I started out as a buyer specialist. A lot of you I listened to when I was very young in the business, but there were only listing specialization courses, not buyer specialization. So I really, it's been fun. And it's fun to have that progression from a buyer specialist to an owner. There's good and bad with everything. But the biggest thing I did personally this year, I always like to kind of track and look at my market and say, you know, where are things going? In Minnesota, we have the ability to rent cabins, or when I call cabins, I sell cabins, but we can rent homes and sell them. And a different company can rent the house, and a different company can sell the house. So what I did in thinking about that, over the years, we had so many clients calling saying, we'd like to rent our place, but we even had more people calling and saying, I want to rent a place. And the reason why so much private ownership rentals are happening in our market is there's probably 500 fewer lake cabins on the chain of lakes that I live on. I live on the Whitefish chain. It's 103 miles of lake shore, 14,000 acres. But all over the years, and we're somewhat responsible for that because we've sold off all these resorts, some to estates, some we've developed. So there's a need in our market for rentals because a lot of our clients, even the multi-million-dollar clients, started out at the campground when they were young with their kids, and they'd camp, and then it would evolve. So I've basically really looked at my market and said, okay, where do I think it's going to go? We're pulling out of the downtime. So what I did is I started MinnesotaCabinRentals.com, and I did it a little bit different because I didn't want the burden for myself and my team of managing all these rentals. The reason I did it was to control my clients, so the ones who wanted to rent, they didn't have another realtor sign in their yard. And then I had a source for buyer leads. So how I did that is I took the largest resort in our market. They're expanding, redeveloping themselves, and they're a majority partner, but they manage all the leads, they check people in, do all that different stuff. Then I bring in the leads for the houses and a lot of the rental leads, and then the property management company and architecture firm that I work with, we have a partnership of the three of us. And I don't pay any, the real estate or the resort, they have a real estate license, but part of the agreement is I don't pay any referrals. When they give me buyers, there's no referral. And then when they get rentals, they get the rental income. So that is the biggest thing, is trying to really watch where the market's going. I think there's wonderful opportunities. I think a lot of what Steve said really works in our state. It must be our Norwegian heritage, but we go back to the basics. We're not simple people, but we like simple things. So that's probably the biggest thing I've done, is really looked at the future of what I think is going to be my area and where it's going to go.